Hey guys, Silas here. It's Saturday afternoon. I had some free time and I thought I'd make you a video on how to set up a Google My Business listing. So what that is, just to clarify, I'm just gonna search online yoga Victoria in Google. This is not, well, this is Google in my it on my computer. When I type something up here, it just goes to Google automatically. So yeah, just to clarify what I'm showing you here, there is no listing for online yoga Victoria, BC. So if there's any yoga studios in here, somebody who teaches yoga for a living, I would highly recommend making one of these right now because there is nothing. You can make your Google My Business listing online yoga Victoria, and you will dominate this entire section right here. Well, let me just show you what I mean. Victoria moss removal, right? Like that's my company. I dominate this section on the right? So that brings me a lot of business because people are searching Victoria moss removal. I made this business name because it's so generic and a lot of people actually type that into Google. So that's why I named my company Victoria Moss Removal. You can also make multiple listings. So moss removal is something I do. But another keyword is roof demossing Victoria, BC. Right. So I'm showing up here, and I'm going to show you how to make one of these listings. Okay. Just back to the yoga thing. Um, online yoga Victoria. So you don't even have to live in Victoria to make this. Especially if you're doing your yoga online. If you do online yoga for people in Victoria, that's still fine. You can still make a listing that is called online yoga Victoria, and you're going to pop up right away because a big factor for ranking in Google Maps is the business name and the fact that your name is directly what people are searching. You're going to instantly just take that spot. So I'm not going to steal that. I'm going to give that to you guys to work with, and that would be really cool if I saw somebody actually do it and get some yoga clients from it. Anyways, to create a Google My Business listing, and I'm going to actually teach you how to create it correctly so that Google loves you as much as they can right off the bat, as opposed to just putting it up. What I want you to do is, before anything, I want you to make a folder for your service for whatever. Say you're doing online yoga, or say you're doing moss removal. Make a folder called moss removal photos. Add as many photos into this folder as you possibly can, and I actually want you to name your photos keywords, right? So these are just, I just pulled this up. I'm kind of doing this on a whim. I'm not actually making myself a Google My Business listing, but let's just say you have at least 30 photos here, and you're going to upload all these to your listing, right? But before you do that, there's no reason for this to be called, whatever it is, image blah, blah. You want to actually name these keywords like roof demossing Victoria, BC, etc. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. The reason for that is because Google reads the file name when you upload it into their platform, and you should actually also do this on your website because it makes sense. Like it's just gonna help you with ranking for that specific keyword. So once you've done that, I want you to go to Google and type Google My Business in, and I this is an ad. I try not to click on people's ads, but this is Google, so they probably aren't charging themselves for the ad, so I don't care. So yeah, you want to click on that, and then you want to click sign in. Now I'm already signed in, so let's just sign out and do that all over again. Google My Business. Okay, so you need a Gmail for this, right? So if you don't already have one, go ahead and make a Gmail account. It's very easy. And then once you have one, you want to actually log in. So I'm just going to log into info@victoriamossremoval.com. Oh, apparently I changed my password 13 days ago, and I didn't change it on this computer. Sorry, one sec. I'm going to pause this and just figure out what's going on. All right, I figured it out. It was just one letter in my password. So this is what I get. I already have a listing here, but you're not going to have anything. And you just want to add a location, a single location. And then you want to type your business name. So I'm just going to go Victoria Moss Removal. Next. And you're going to need an address for this, by the way. Business category. I don't have a category for roof demossing. Google doesn't have that, so I choose the closest thing I can think of, which is another service I offer, which is gutter cleaning service. And by the way, I really try to be mindful with what I choose, because say your highest ticket service is something else, but you consider your category gutter cleaning service, you want to choose the closest thing. What you want to be showing up for in Google is what you want your category to be. This is a factor, okay? So if I choose gutter cleaning service, I'm more likely to show up when people type gutter cleaning service Victoria into Google, right? So I'm just going to choose this. Do you want to add a location? So this is if you have a location, then add it. But I want you to also keep in mind that if you don't have a location, you want to click no, because your address, if you click yes, it's going to display on Google. So so you want to click no if you don't service people at that address. And for when you create multiple listings, which I'm going to get into, you want to click no. Yeah, I'll explain that later. So yeah, just do where you are for areas. Victoria, BC. Contact phone number. I'll just put my phone number. My website. VictoriaMossRemoval.com. And we're gonna finish. And guys, I want to actually teach you how to optimize this in full. So your address is going to be very important. I'm going to explain why. So let's just put this into, let's just use an example here. If I need a dentist, right? I have a toothache. I need a tooth pulled. I need a dentist right now. What am I going to type into Google? It could be, tooth pull, or whatever, but chances are I'm probably going to type something like dentist, Victoria, BC, right? Now, when I get the Google Maps section, this is what we're doing right now. I have 3 results that are very close to my address, okay? A huge factor, if not the biggest factor to ranking in this 3-pack, is proximity to the point of search. So I'm just going to show you on the map here. I'm going to show you where I am. I'm located right here. Right here. And my top result is Oak Bay Dental Clinic, which is also one of the closest dentists to me. The second result is Dr. Cheryl. Now, where is Dr. Cheryl? Is this, yeah, that's Dr. Cheryl right there. The third one, Elements Dental. Right there. They're all really close to me. And it's a huge factor, right? So I'm going to show you how to put multiple listings up, but for now, I want you to be really smart about your address and where your customers are located. With the online yoga suggestion, doesn't really matter because there's no other online yoga studios with a Google Maps listing in Victoria. So you can put up your listing wherever as long as it's in Victoria. But if you're competing against dentists and you want clients in Oak Bay, say you want clients in South Oak Bay, put up your listing right here, right? I hope that makes sense. Proximity is a huge factor. Proximity and your business name are the 2 biggest factors to ranking in Google Maps. And also, so Pacific Rim here, they're running an ad, right? So I know that they're not Oak Bay is not the top for me, but this is a Google ad, and maybe I'll show you how to do that for one day. But for now, I'm just trying to show you how you can get on Google for free. So go ahead and find an address. There's so many different ways you can find an address. You can use your address, your home address. Maybe a friend would be willing to receive a postcard. That's what you have to do. You have to request a postcard and get a verification code. It's a 5-digit code. It takes about 10 days to receive. And I'm going to request the postcard in this video and show you guys what I mean. So yeah, let's get back to that. I've already used my address. So I'm not actually gonna put a real address in. I'm just actually doing this for just to show you how this works. So let's just say 2326 Oak Bay Avenue. I don't even know if that's a real address or not. Victoria, British Columbia, V8R1G9. So now you're going to be prompted to, like I said, you're getting a postcard by mail, right? So whoever the contact person is, it can be you, it can be the person that you got the address from. If it's not a friend or a family, you can also use P.O. boxes. Just make sure you don't have the direct address of the P.O. box, because Google will find out and they'll suspend your listing. By the way, this isn't I'm just gonna be clear about this. Google wants a real business at the address that you give them, but it's not you don't have to give them a real address. So you're breaking Google's terms of service by not giving them your real address, but you know what? Google's a business. They're not the law. You're allowed to do whatever you want on Google, and as long as you're doing this ethically, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so Silas McLean, and then you just click mail, and it's gonna take 10 to 13 days. The postcard's on its way, and then once you get that postcard, you're just gonna have to log back into this Google My Business page and verify. It's very easy. You'll see it. Actually, no, sorry. I think I can show you. Pending verification. Let's see. Where do I put the code in? Actually, no, it's on the info page. It's not home. Right, so verify now. This is what you'd click, and you just enter the code and you're verified. It's that simple. But, so you want, I'll go back to where I was. So you'll end up here, and I want you to click on info, and you want to fill this thing out in full. You want to add as much info as you possibly can. Google spent a lot of time, energy, and money creating these different things, and they love you for using their services. So fill out as much of this stuff as you possibly can, your hours, etc. And this description, it's 750 characters. Do 750 characters, or close to it at least, and add some keywords in there while you're at it. Fill all of this out, and there's also Google Posts, and I don't really screw around with that, but it's content, and you know they're worth doing. So once you have all of this filled out in full, I want you to click on Photos and add all of your photos. You can do your logo, a cover photo. You might need to create a cover photo that is the right size, and a video. That's great. If you have a video, add it, because like I said, the more you fill out, the more Google likes you, because you're using their services and they're going to give you credit for it. Now, as I was saying, with multiple listings. Okay, so I'm not afraid to do this on camera, because I can just show you that that Google really doesn't care. We're so small, and they just don't care if you break their terms of service that much, as long as you're not totally spamming the crap out of Google. You can do this, and it's as long as this listing connects you to a good service that provides roof demossing Victoria, There is nothing unethical about this. This is just marketing, and it's perfectly fine. So I just want to show you something. I have Victoria moss removal and window cleaning right here. I have Victoria moss removal. That's a listing in Langford. I have Wee window cleaning. This is a window cleaning listing. That's mine. Victoria moss. Right. I have multiple listings scattered all throughout the city, and the closer you are to these listings, the higher chance you have of showing up. I'm not going to go all the way to Langford to show you right now, but if I'm in Langford near the address that I verified this listing at, I show up first. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, and you can do a lot of damage with this. You can, if you're showing up number one all over town, right now most of my leads come from Oak Bay because this listing's the most optimized. But it doesn't mean that you can't add listings all over the place. Look, so for moss removal, I mean, I don't see anything up here on the map, right? So add a listing right here, and as long as you can find an address, then you're gold, and you can do as many of these as you want, and you'll show up for everybody. Number one, as long as you optimize it properly, and I just showed you about 90% of optimizing a Google My Business listing. Now all you have to do is citations, which I'm not going to get into. That's a lot of work. And also having your website your SEO on your actual website optimized well. But besides that, as long as you can, connect your website, and by the way, I wanted to point out one other thing for two other things, sorry. For when you're making these new listings, use a different Gmail account for every listing you create, because if you use one email and Google catches it, they do suspend these listings, okay? They do. They suspend even totally legit normal listings that didn't break any rules. It's all automation. It's all robots. There's no humans going into Google My Business listings manually reviewing them. It's all auto. And if you hear differently, it's a lie. So if you leave as little footprint as you can, use different email addresses to make these listings. Use different phone numbers, ideally, because they also flag phone numbers. If your listing gets suspended, your chances of putting up another listing with that same phone number decrease. And also use different addresses. And one more thing, for your info on your Google My Business listing. So I did put the homepage. Again, this is just an example. I'm not actually going to verify this or anything, but if you put up multiple Google My Business listings, use different pages. Okay, so I have let's just go victoriamossremoval.com. I have all these pages, right? So I can use these. Look, roof cleaning, Saanich Peninsula. Make a page like this. Copy the URL and put it in here, because you don't want the same website having the same page having multiple Google My Business listings. Okay, so that's everything for today. I hope that this helps some people out. It's pretty easy to put up a Google My Business listing. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask me, comment on the video, or you can send me a message or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to help some people out. If anybody wanted a little help with free internet stuff, this is all. There's zero cost to any of this, and yeah, hopefully you can start getting some leads from Google. So yeah, again, any questions, let me know. Hope this helps, and hope you guys are having a great weekend. Okay, bye.